What's up, everybody? Tyson Roush. Let's talk Jets. Hope everybody's having a tremendous weekend. The weather is absolutely remarkable here in New Jersey. Finally, 80 degrees and no humidity. You can go to the beach and actually breathe. Aaron Rodgers has become one of my favorite players, man. It's easily. He is doing so many awesome things with this team just on the field, like emerging as a leader, setting high levels of accountability, working with the defense, helping all the young guys, coaching up players, doing all these different things. $35 million pay cut. You're like, that's unprecedented. Nobody's ever done that. He's doing all this. And then today he addressed the Sean Payton comments about Nathaniel Hackett. And you're like, that's my fucking quarterback. Like, that's the moment where you're like, dude, how could you not love this guy? So for those of you who don't know what's going on, Sean Payton offered up comments about Nathaniel Hackett. And I thought they were completely Bush League. I thought they were completely, it's like you have a coaching brotherhood. He kind of like bypassed all of that. I thought it was classless. And then it was just like, it was clearly obvious two things. I think he forgot that he was a coach and not, back in like the studio talking like one of the analysts. And the other thing too, it's like he's building in an excuse. He's like, he's basically saying I inherited a mess and, trying to blame everything. So if this season doesn't go as planned, he has a built-in excuse. Like, listen, I inherited a mess. They were poorly coached. They were this, they were that, and everything else. So I thought the comment was just ridiculous. I thought Saleh handled it perfectly by clapping back a little bit. Today, Aaron Rodgers absolutely roasted Sean Payton, called him insecure, said the comments were out of line, and to keep his coach's name out of his mouth. Like how? Like, dude, you're like, what? Like that? It's just he roasted him. But you know that Hackett and Rodgers have a great relationship. They're very, very close. But you're proud of this. Like, this is what you want. That's leadership. Like, it kind of reminded me like the Rex Ryan days of the Jets, where they had a little attitude and swagger. Like, you hit one of ours, we're gonna hit two of yours. Like that kind of moment. And now Rodgers like ain't taking no shit. And I loved it, man. I know it's just it gives you that sense of pride with your team. So if you haven't seen the comments, check out the interview. It's awesome, man. A couple of notes from training camp. Garrett Wilson's going to be out. He has an ankle sprain. When it comes to the Jets and injuries, you never know what to believe. Hopefully he's back in a couple weeks. They're not going to rush him back, nor should they. Preseason doesn't really mean much. The starters aren't going to play Thursday night anyway, so let Garrett Wilson get healthy as fast as possible. The Dwayne Brown situation is becoming interesting for me because they asked him about it today. They asked Saleh about it today, and he didn't give a timetable for the return. He's like, we expect him back at some point. Okay, well, your first preseason game is next Thursday. Your starters aren't going to play, but at what point do you get your left tackle in camp to make sure that A, he's healthy, and B, can still play at a high level? Because if not, you got to find your C, your left tackle. So that's kind of interesting, man. That's something to keep an eye on. Quan Alexander went to the Steelers, which was a little bit of a surprise. The Jets must have a lot of faith in Sherwood and Nasruddin. As of today, I haven't seen the contract for Quan, what he's getting there. But Saleh praised in his press conference. He's like, great guy, great energy in practice, great effort guy, good leader. So all this thing, like, I don't understand why they didn't want to bring him back. It can't be the money. Maybe it was, but I don't know. Or they have that much faith in Sherwood, who C.J. Mosley and Jordan Whitehead have been praising endlessly. So keep an eye on that. The other thing, too, is the whole Dalvin Cook thing. Dalvin Cook was at Florham Park today. And the interesting comments I heard about him were from Tyler Conklin, who praised Dalvin Cook, his commitment to the game, the love of football, the commitment to the game, how competitive he is, how he's always pushing others, and he always wants to learn more, and he always wants to get better. So that competitive spirit is right. Like, that's like an Aaron Rodgers thing. Like, that's like to play like a Jet, that's like a Joe Douglas guy, where you hear them always saying they got to love the game of football. And according to what Conklin's saying, like, this guy's all about it. So to me, it's interesting to see what happens. If he doesn't sign within the next day or so, I honestly think his heart is in Miami. When he did that interview with Good Morning Football, you saw him. He was like, I can make a big impact in the community. I could do all these things. I could be close to my family. Like, he identified all the positives about playing for the Dolphins. And now it just comes down to money. Maybe they're lowballing him, and the Jets are making him an offer that he's like, you know what? I almost can't refuse this. It's just a significant difference. I'm not sure, but we'll see what happens. I would love to have him here. I think he'd be a great fit, but we'll see. So have a good day. I'll talk to you guys later.